So I do a feature on free games, but lately all I've been finding out about are Flappy Bird clones. I mean, there are a lot of them, and Flappy Jam certainly encourages more. To name a few, there's Flappy Fish, Flappy Dust, Flappy Sperm, Flappy Cat, Drunky Bird, Blappy Bird, Funky Bird, Floppy Bird, and a dozen or so games with names like Crappy Bird and Flappy Turd. For some reason people are really obsessed with shit. But the point is that Flappy Bird has inspired a lot of spin-offs, and I wanted to take a look at some of the best, the weirdest, and the stupidest of them. Starting off with Flocculus Bird, a Flappy Bird clone made for Oculus Rift. Although the gameplay is the same as Flappy Bird, just in first person, the idea behind it is what I find great. It uses the best virtual reality technology available to date to simulate a one-button phone game that people played while sitting on the toilet. Now that's the kind of dedication that I can appreciate. Luckily for those of us who don't own an Oculus Rift dev kit, because they are about $300, you can play it in your web browser absolutely free. Next up is Flappy Bolt. The name is a portmanteau of Flappy Bird and Cannabolt, but the gameplay is not exactly like either of them. It controls like Flappy Bird, but the goal is simply to bounce between two walls, voiding spikes all around. The problem is that at least 80% of the screen is covered in spikes at all times, and they move around when you get a point. Needless to say, the game is brutally difficult and does its namesake justice. Next, we have text-based Flapventure. I hope you're good at quickly solving complex physics problems in your head, because that's what you'll need to do here. Text-based Flapventure gets credit for somehow turning the simplest game ever conceived into one of the most complicated, without actually changing any of the basic gameplay at all. I have yet to score a single point in this game. See if you can beat my record. There's also Flappy Space Program. Not quite as accurate a simulation of astrophysics as Kerbal Space Program, but it's pretty good nonetheless. The idea is to get as many birds into orbit around this little planet as you can while Houston mumbles strange astronautical jargon at you. Although I must say it's much more fun for me to get them to smash into each other at high speeds. It's like NASCAR but with birds. And finally we have Flappy Doge.